Tuesday. It's not really hump day. It's not Wednesday. It's not Monday. It's just kind of like, Tuesday, right? But so much to talk about because every day is new for Trump. By now, we all know that Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett from Texas, remember her? She's a lot of things. She's a lot of things, folks. She's loud. She's arrogant. Probably the most least intelligent elected leader in the United States. Yet her latest remarks about DEI are just downright wrong and pretty much racist, if you ask me. Listen.
That's what's happening right now. I am tired of the white tears. Listen, if you are competent, you are not concerned. When I walk into Congress every single day, you know why I don't feel a way and why you can't make me doubt who I am is because I know that I had to work 10 times as hard as they did just to get into the seat. When you look and you compare me to Marjorie Taylor Greene or me to Lauren Boebert, there is no comparison. And that is the life that we have always lived. So the only people that are crying are the mediocre white boys that have been beaten out by people that historically have had to work so much harder. This is why they don't want us to have education.
Mediocre white boys, huh? Jazzy Jasmine. Mediocre white boys, young lady. How's this? I challenge you to a debate. How's this? I'm going to cut this clip and we have all the folks. We'll send it to you. Jazzy, mediocre white boys. How about meritocracy? How about the smartest people? How about the most patriotic people? How about the people who care the most about their constituents become congressmen and women, not people like you who think you're entitled to it. Jasmine Crockett, I challenge you to a debate. You pick the topic. We'll do it where both of our audiences, your constituents, my audience, can watch. You can pick the topics. I don't give a shit. I'll debate you on any freaking topic. I'm guessing it's going to be racism in America, but that's fine too. We can have this conversation. You, young lady, better say yes. We got plenty more to discuss, so always, let's react. Well, staying on this a little bit, shall we? I'm not sure what Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett puts in her coffee every morning, but she was certainly fired up on CNN. She sat for an interview after calling white people mediocre white boys. Just started spewing toxic and borderline racist lies. Listen.
I mean, this is very simple. We right now have a white supremacist that is sitting in the White House. He is backed up by other white supremacists. And if you really want to know who the criminals are in this country, you can Google it. You don't have to trust me. But the people that commit 80% of the most violent crimes in this country are white supremacists.
Okay, bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on your number. I will give you, listen, do you want to talk about crime and race? I don't think you want to have this. In fact, why don't we make that one of the topics in our debate? Jasmine Crockett. Again, throwing down the gauntlet. Jasmine Crockett, Congresswoman. All due respect. Let's have a debate. Let's sit down. Your choice, your venue, your topics. Camera's rolling. John Kennedy has a beautiful way with words. The senator is known for his blunt and dry one-liners, and he added another great one to the vault during his hit about the USAID shutdown. Listen.
To my friends who are upset, I would say with respect, call somebody who cares. They better get used to this. It's USAID today. It's going to be Department of Education tomorrow.
He speaks so eloquently about the things that so many of us are thinking. We're going to shut down USAID. They're spending our money. They're giving it away. Stop it. Canada has seen the Trump-Trudeau drama coming for months. Our northern neighbors even made light of it with viral social media posts and televised skits, one of which caught our eye today for its hysterical accuracy. Watch.
Mr. President, I must admit I was worried that you were going to try to humiliate me.
I would never embarrass you, Justin. Are you kidding me?
Thank you, Donald.
Now I want to see you eat it.
Excuse me? The hamburger.
The Big Mac, the president of all burgers. I'm gonna make you eat it like a dog with no hands.
Mr. President, I have self-respect.
Not so much, to be honest. I mean, I called and he came like a dog, didn't he? He really did.
Mon ami, I come to you not on bended knee, but as an equal.
30% tariff.
My father taught me to
50% tariff.
Okay, we Canadians are a hearty lot.
60% tariff.
For Canada! I'm a hungry little puppy. I'm so hungry for my puppy chow.
All right, that's enough, Justin. I won't impose a tariff. I can't. I'm not even the president yet, am I? What a loser. Now let's DJ.
It's fun to stay at the
I see they saw that coming. 30% tariff, 50% tariff. And Trudeau just jumps into dog mode. Wouldn't be rapid reactions without at least one viral clip from the world of liberal TikTok. Here's today's choice, a beautiful clip of an angry trans teacher removing a massive pride flag from his classroom.
'Cause I'm getting pretty fucking tired.
His classroom. They got to take him down, folks. Only American flag now per Trump. Isn't that awesome? All right, it looks like AOC just can't quit. Elon Musk, listen.
This dude is probably one of the most unintelligent billionaires I have ever met or seen or witnessed. Which, you know, you can probably even glean that from watching these people on TV. Anyways, all of that is to say is that they don't do their homework. Clearly, like, they're putting 19-year-olds in at the Treasury. This dude is not smart.
This dude is the most unintelligent dude I've ever seen, says AOC. Not smart? AOC, is this you?
Mr. Holman, with all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
So, AOC, when you're going to try and catch Tom Homan, badass border dude, you want to try and catch him, you better know the rule yourself. I mean, it's literally illegal to show up at the border. You can't do it. You go across the border, you're breaking the law. You claim asylum, you have to do it through the legal entries. You can't just cross the river, the Rio Grande, and declare you're somehow asylum seeking and therefore we should let you go, you dumbass. That's violating the law. Know the law, especially when you're in a hearing, AOC. But yeah, again, tell everyone they're stupid. This is just one of the many times her stupidity has been highlighted. So interesting banter from the least qualified congressional member ever. By the way, AOC is now somehow bubbling to the top of their presidential list for 2028. She couldn't even run. She wasn't old enough to run in 2024, but now she's old enough and she's playing for president. AOC, God help you, Democrats. Nothing pisses off a Democrat more than losing free money, especially corrupt, unaccounted for money. That's their favorite thing. And if they lose it, they scream a lot about it. They say coup, and then the end of democracy.
But we begin tonight with a full-on crisis in our democracy. If this were happening in any other country right now, I promise you, I'd be on the air calling it a coup.
What's the matter, Joy? What's wrong, Joy? Didn't feel like making this moment about race like you do with every single thing else you talk about sometimes. Even joyless Joy Reid can't find the joy in race baiting for absolutely no reason whatsoever, believe it or not. Because what rises above identity politics for the left is losing precious money to fund their power, corruption, and stupid leftist agenda. Nothing sends them into a tizzy, into a frenzy faster than feeling deficits in their own coffers. That's right. Take note. The ones screaming the loudest about President Trump's scrutiny, shutting down of USAID, are the ones who personally stand the most to benefit from the status quo. Let's get into it. Before we get into why the Democrats are crying yet again, here's what you need to know. Elon Musk has targeted the U.S. Agency for International Development, or USAID, as part of the Trump administration's push to slash federal spending. It's what he said he was going to do. It's Doge. One of the biggest campaigns that President Trump promised, slash spending. But by the way, what is USAID? Well, here's the official description. USAID provides financial aid to countries around the world. Things like combating human trafficking, battling diseases, feeding people in places with famine, and supporting American allied countries affected by war, such as Ukraine. It also funds equipment, medicine, and staffing in countries battling pandemics and disease outbreaks. Now, that's their description. When I read that description, a lot of things probably clicked into your head, right? Certain words like Ukraine, pandemics. So what's happening? Well, this weekend, Musk's Doge moved to exert control over USAID, clashing with security officials and ultimately assessing the agency's classified systems. They got into the USAID systems, the payment systems. The left's freaking out about it. Doge and Musk closed the headquarters on Monday, USAID headquarters, and told workers to stay at home and work remotely. And guess who really didn't like that?
Because what's happening right now is a hostile takeover of the U.S. government. There's no other way to describe it. And it's not a takeover at the hand of Trump alone. I mean, this takeover is also happening at the direction of his unelected best friend, Elon Musk. His latest target was the United States Agency for International Development. And that agency is the one that not only leads on humanitarian assistance around the world, but also works to combat corruption and foreign aid programs. It's a big part of what they do. I kind of see how that could make Elon Musk a bit uncomfortable.
You're the liberals complaining about us not spending more money, giving away more of your money to foreign countries, especially Ukraine, like I said yesterday, likely the most corrupt country on the face of the earth in history. Everything, every one of those Russian oligarchs, every one of those Eastern European rich fat cats who are stealing money from the people, funneling through Ukraine, getting it back clean money, parking their yachts over here in Palm Beach, etc. Well, that's going to stop. But the left is hating this. They love to give our money away for some stupid freaking reason. So yes, smearing Elon Musk, words like hostile government takeover, what a good little leftist propaganda soldier Jen Psaki has become. Circle back Psaki bomb. So what happens next? President Trump said he planned to fold USAID into the State Department by executive order, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio told reporters that he was the acting director starting now of USAID.
During my confirmation hearing, that every dollar we spend and every program we fund, that will be aligned with the national interest of the United States. And USAID has a history of sort of ignoring that and deciding that they're somehow a global charity separate from the national interest. These are taxpayer dollars. And so I'm very troubled by these reports that they've been unwilling to cooperate with people who are asking.
Isn't that refreshing? Isn't that refreshing? Marco Rubio is going to take over USAID, which literally sends billions of dollars, yours and my money, that we send to the federal government. They send that to foreign countries. For what? For what reason? On our behalf? What do you think the plumber in Iowa, how is he going to benefit sending $1 billion to Somalia or Ukraine? Just tell me how. He's not. These are all grifts. They're all giveaways by the government. They want to have a bunch of pools of money to give away to foreign countries and foreign entities so that those people will turn around and support themselves, sometimes with a check, which is illegal, and sometimes with a campaign donation, which is not illegal. See how it works? This is all part of a common prevailing theme for Trump 2.0. Transparency. Shut their asses down. Accountability. Accountability? Hold on a second. Didn't we just find out yesterday that Zelensky, President Zelensky of Ukraine, says he can't find $102 billion that we've sent him? Can't find it? Time to audit that mofo. Democrats really don't like it. Now, what do we always say here? There's no coincidence, especially in politics. But there are other big ones, as always, this. Follow the money. Cue the insurrection in protest of all the lefties losing one of their main big old piggy banks.
We are here to enter the building and so we can hear firsthand from whoever is here at AID, or at least witness firsthand what is happening with this Elon Musk attempted takeover, which will not stand. We will prevail. Let's go.
Well, that's the Democrat mob, guys. Guys, let's keep it down to a mostly peaceful insurrections, shall we, Democrats? But you see, what their collective panic confirms to us all is that the foreign aid cover-up is just that. They're racketeering schemes. They're money laundering. That's what it is. Here, this is basic. Tax dollars, right? Biden's got a shit ton of tax dollars that he's sending overseas. Ukraine, Africa, he's sending them everywhere. So they go out as U.S. tax dollars, money taken, stolen by the IRS, sent to these foreign countries. They turn around and send money back to Biden and his buddies and his cronies and his business partners and his family. That's a laundered money circle. They're laundering money, turning it into something that when it comes back to Joe Biden's brother, it's a Ukrainian dollar or a freaking Amazon dollar, whatever the hell they call them. It's not the original U.S. tax dollar. It's laundered. It all becomes exposed in that building of USAID that Elon Musk just closed. It's so bad that they ran to storm it. That's how bad the Democrats are afraid of us finding out what they've been up to.
Elon Musk, you may have illegally seized power over the financial payment systems of the United States Department of Treasury, but you don't control the money of the American people. The United States Congress does that.
Yeah, did you hear what Jamie Raskin just said? You don't control the money that we're going to steal from the taxpayer and give to our friends overseas so they give us money back. We do that. That's Congress's job to be creepy, disgusting scumbag thieves. We know, Jamie. We know. We get it. And we also know just how crappy and shady you are at doing exactly that. You and all your comrades have been dumping Americans' money elsewhere. And then you go ahead and turn around and lie to us for years and years. And you know you're panicked. Elon turned the lights on, and you little cockroaches are scurrying. Some of you are scurrying to the building to stop Elon before he finds out even that much more. Speaking of cockroaches.
It is really, really a sad day in America. We are witnessing a constitutional crisis. We talked about Trump wanting to be a dictator on day one, and here we are. This is what the beginning of dictatorship looks like.
You should know, lady. You should know Ilhan Omar. And why is Ilhan Omar so panicked over the USAID shakedown? Well, we did a little homework here. What has her so worked up? If it's not outright support for known and declared terrorist organizations that tend to hang out in Somalia, it's the amount of money that USAID sends to her beloved Somalia, the only country that matters to Ilhan Omar. It certainly ain't America. She only cares about Somalia. Isn't that right? Well, let's just see right here. And I'm quoting Elon. The United States has provided nearly $2.3 billion for humanitarian assistance in Somalia since fiscal year 2022. Follow the money. Ilhan Omar swore years ago that her primary focus in Congress is to aid the only country that really matters to her. Not the United States, but Somalia. She's doing it right there. She's speaking Somalese or whatever they call it. Listen. And that is Ilhan Omar saying that her primary concern as a United States Congresswoman isn't to her constituents that live in Minnesota where she represents them. It's to her friends and family back in Somalia. Her biggest concern is Somalians, not her own constituents that put her in office. That's going to scare the shit out of you. That's not what this administration is all about anymore. America first is what this country is all about right now. And Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt outlined just some of the BS USAID has been getting away with.
$1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia's workplaces, $70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland, $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia, $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. I don't know about you, but as an American taxpayer, I don't want my dollars going towards this crap, and I know the American people don't either.
No, we certainly don't. You're 100% right, Caroline. By the way, who makes these decisions? Who makes the decision to do a transgender comic book in Peru and spend money on that, your money on that? It's disgusting. It's got to stop. Thank God it's stopping. Are you shocked to learn that USAID is a money laundering operation that cycles your tax dollars into the personal bank accounts of these deep state criminals, villains, campaign contributions, lobbying, funding political action committees, bigger, more powerful government? That's what they want. Case in point, the Clinton Foundation raked in millions from USAID. In 2010, USAID managed $4.4 billion for Haiti under then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. The Clinton Foundation was a significant player in those Haiti efforts that actually went nowhere. So where did all that money go? The deep state say it's outrageous that President Trump shut down USAID. It's not. It's part of the resolution and the resounding mandate that the American people gave him. Voters elected Trump to dismantle rogue deep state agencies like USAID, which turned the tactics of censorship, regime change, and counterinsurgency against the American people. So here's my take. As always, more government and more spending leads down shitholes like USAID. Sorry, calling it what it is. They hide under the disguise of foreign aid to hide money being used for nothing of the sort. Like the too many federal agencies we've got going on right now. USAID was born a long time ago during the Cold War to stop communism from spreading across the world. And as we know, like with the other things like Patriot Act, remember that? Patriot Act, after 9/11 attacks, we let them get away with it. We passed it. We were scared to death of another attack. So we said, go ahead, sign the Patriot Act. They got into play. And all it's done since then is spy on Americans. It's violated our constitutional rights left and right since then. They're presented as a good for the common good. And when you hear that, from now on, you need to run. Because like always, when government's doing it and they say it's for the common good, it becomes a front for something far more nefarious. Somewhere along the way, the original intent vanishes. USAID was created to fight communism. Now it's become a vessel for communism. It's a relic. It's used and abused by the progressive leftist, power-hungry, self-righteous Marxist assholes and deep state swamp creatures. And the ones screaming the loudest about it, the ones screaming the loudest about it going away, are the exact people we're talking about. You, Elon Omar. All right, folks, this is an interesting topic for debate. A viral clip from a pet parent, little doggy cat pet parent, caught my attention. Listen to her argument.
So what's your take?
Dogs should be allowed everywhere that babies are allowed.
100% disagree. Dogs belong outside.
No, dogs should be allowed inside. Everywhere that a baby goes, a dog should be allowed to go.
That sounds dangerous.
That lady is my spirit animal. I love her. Dogs should be allowed everywhere, not your stinky. If you're anywhere your stinky babies are, should be a clean dog allowed as well. In fact, keep your stinky baby away from my clean dog. Have a good night, everybody.